2.
Welcome to week 2, yeah. Yeah, so our interesting times have continued in Sudan over the next week here. If you haven't seen week 1, I highly recommend it. And also if you haven't seen our bus crossing from Egypt to Sudan, I highly recommend that, because our 12-hour bus ride turned into 26 hours. So
yes, we did.
Anyways, so we left you last time with we were waiting for Jamal to get back to us with regards to the apartment. He had slept in that day, and so we went and checked into our $12 a night hotel. The K2 hotel is what it's called, and highly recommend it. It's clean and it's got everything you need. And yeah, it's a nice price. The staff are really nice. It's a good location.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely check that out if you're in Khartoum.
Yes.
Anyways, so yeah, Jamal called the next morning.
Yes, he did.
And he said that we could move into the apartment that day, but the landlady had a list of requirements
We wanted to have like checked off before we got into the place.
Yeah, and it was, you know, some of them were okay, some of them
were understandable,
okay,
some of them were just
one of them was that we needed to leave one of our passports with her for the entire month while we lived there. So
and that just was not going to happen.
that basically sealed the deal, and we realized that she's not an easy lady to get along with. And our friend Jamal agreed. He said no, she won't be an easy lady to get along with. And the last thing we need is hassle like that in our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, I told Jamal, I said, you know, we tend to try to go downstream, which means basically if something feels easy and right, we go with it. If it's a struggle and it's hard, then it's not meant to be. So this apartment was really feeling like a struggle and really hard, and yeah, we just weren't willing to leave a passport with her for a month. I mean, that's just
that's like our life.
That's our lifeline. I mean, it's more important than money at this point. So so I don't know. She must not understand how important that is to us, but or most travelers for that matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so we decided to opt out of the apartment after all. After so many days of back and forth and trying to figure out what we were doing, we finally decided like things weren't really working out in Khartoum, and it was time to make a plan to move on.
So we decided to leave, and well, the unfortunate thing is we need to wait for another Western Union money transfer, which wasn't going to happen until Thursday.
Yeah, we couldn't leave. For those who haven't watched the last video, we can't use our cards in ATMs in Sudan, and we didn't know that until we arrived here. So none of the ATMs in Sudan except foreign cards. Sudan just came off the terrorist list this year with the United States, maybe in 2020. But so Visa has started working with banks to try to implement systems. So, you know, slowly but surely they're going to get caught up. But yeah, for now they don't accept Visa or Mastercard in this country, and the ATMs don't work. So just to update you on that.
Yeah.
So our only way to get money at this point is for people from Canada to send us Western Union transfers, and you can only sort of do so much at one time because a lot of these places don't have a lot of US dollars.
Oh, we discovered that.
Yes, which we discovered, and so yeah, we can't get sort of like $2,000 sent or something like that. That would last us a long time. We have to get little bits, and so far we've gotten between $350 to $400 seems to work. And even that, I mean, we'll get into it later, but we had to go to 3 different Western Unions this last time because they didn't have US dollars. So anyway, so we decided the day that we heard the news about the apartment, we decided in the afternoon that we were going to go check out the Botanical Garden.
Another passion of ours.
Well, it was also a forest. Like if you look on the map,
well, the forest was beside it.
Yeah, it shows that there's this forest, a nice forest, and then the Botanical Garden is nearby. So we thought, well, we'll go see the forest and go to the Botanical Garden. We just basically chose a beeline and walked straight across town to get to it, and went through some interesting neighborhoods. So we've just like chosen a street to walk a beeline across the city to the Botanical Gardens. And this is the stuff we're seeing along the way. Yeah, some might call this chaos. We kind of do. But you know, this is how it works for them. Who are we to say what's right and wrong?
Yeah. That was entertaining that day. That whole walk.
Yeah. Crystal's wearing a very colorful outfit. His shirt I designed is super bright, like a fractal psychedelic shirt. And he had his Moroccan harem pants on. And people in Sudan don't know harem
never
pants.
Seen those.
And which is interesting. So Morocco's, you know, it's on the same continent. It's not that far away.
Yeah, that and like you think like Aladdin, like Arabian Nights and whatnot, you'd think that might have been seen at some point in time, but I guess not. So, oh well.
Yeah, so that was kind of interesting. So we had like some really colorful women who were dressed very colorfully would give us looks, and they'd be so excited to see us in these bright clothes.
They gave us like big smiles and like said sabah al khair, salam alaikum, a few different things too, just like all with big smiles, like welcome, right on, you guys are here.
Yeah, and then other people would just like laugh at us hysterically.
Yeah.
And like
typically it's my pants that give that off for sure though. Yeah.
We're not sure. Anyway, so yeah, this is us walking down the street in a place where people really don't dress bright and flashy. Not very much anyways. We're getting quite the looks. Chris has his crazy shirt on that I designed, and he's got his Moroccan pants on with the saggy crotch. What are those called?
Harem pants.
Harem pants. They've never seen those here before, so that's kind of hilarious. Everyone thinks they're funny. We get a lot of people that like love our clothes, and then we get a lot of people who laugh at us. So, but that's the beauty of traveling. Nobody will never see these people again, so we can look however we want. Anyways, we're off to the Botanical Garden, we think.
Hey, what's so weird?
Hey. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, we walked a long ways, probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Through that neighborhood, at least.
Through those streets, and it was hot. It was really hot.
Man.
We were really excited to get there. We just wanted to go and like sit in the shade and enjoy the garden. Well, first of all, we passed by the forest, which is actually a shanty town.
Well, the shanty town is on the edge of the forest, but still, we'd have to walk through the shanty town
to get into the forest. And it wasn't really a forest. It was like, you know, trees that were maybe like 8 feet high. Yeah. Like little kind of scrubby trees. So it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't
exactly
really
a forest. It was just
basically a green space, I guess.
It basically didn't look that inviting to us.
So we sort of skirted around that and got to the Botanical Garden.
Yes. Oh, we came across the frickin' toilet alley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was on the edge of the forest there. Yeah.
Yeah. The toilet alley.
That was interesting.
We're walking through toilet alley, I guess is what I would call it. There's just like hundreds of toilets everywhere. Unreal. Like on the side of the highway. Yeah, crazy highway next to us. Hello.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Love the toilet alley. Yeah. Yes, so that was first, and then we got to the Botanical Gardens and welcome. Shukran.
Closed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So sadly, this is all we're going to see, the Botanical Garden, because it's closed right now. We think he said to come back at 7 o'clock tomorrow, which definitely won't happen for us. Anyway, there's some cool little spots out here where you can have coffee, so maybe we'll do that. So yeah, too bad we couldn't get in there, but that's the way it goes. You just never quite know. They must have been closed. It's 2:30 now, so I don't know. They probably closed early. We walked a long way in the sun. It was hot, and we stopped here at this little coffee spot.
My little glistening right now.
we're gonna have a local coffee, which is called a Jabana.
Jabana.
So yeah, experiencing something, anyways.
Honestly, it wouldn't be coffee without this.
Yeah, Jabana.
Jabana.
Thanks to our Sudanese friend who's corrected us.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, unfortunately, that day was mostly just sort of walking around the streets and and exploring stuff. And, and we came across a really cool shop with lots of dates in it. And we came across a university.
Oh, we also came across what was it, the American Conversation?
Oh yeah.
Place.
American Conversation Corner or something like that.
Yeah, like
Discussion Corner.
American Discussion Corner. Club. That's right.
American Discussion Club.
American Discussion Club.
We didn't inquire.
No.
I'm not sure what they discussed, but anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So that day was just sort of exploring around, which was great. Look at the local buses here in Khartoum. We haven't been on any yet. We haven't needed to. We don't really know the schedule, so. Little beat up buses for sure. Wow, we found the section of the city that sells dates. Unreal. Oh, and that's hibiscus flower up at the top there, Jamaica. Super high in vitamin C. Make juices and teas and all kinds of stuff. And then there's just the sugar. Nice. Cool store. Then the next day we sort of hungered close to the hotel because we couldn't get our money till Friday. We were sort of deciding that, you know, we shouldn't spend too much, so we just sort of hung close and ate just pizzas and stuff in the area.
I think we walked around and maybe got some mangoes or something like that too. But like,
we didn't go very far.
We didn't do much, no.
The next day we decided to head out to Nile Street, which is another part along the Nile River that we had. Yes. Well, we actually, the very first night we arrived, Jamal had picked us up and took us out with friends.
Yes, he did, yes.
And we ended up down in that area for coffee. And since we had gone there, we went there at night, so we didn't really know where we were in the city. And of course, it was our first day, so we didn't know the city at all. And since that night, we had been sort of trying to find like where this place was, because it was a coffee shop that was right on the river, and we hadn't seen anywhere that was like that up until that point. So we looked on the map and thought, well, maybe it's Nile Street was where he took us. So we took a cab out there, and sure enough, we found the coffee shop where we were.
Well,
we didn't go into that one because it was
closed at that time.
It wasn't, I think it's a nighttime place. It wasn't really open.
Actually, the next place we went to was just starting to become open.
It says enter, so we're going to enter. Here we go. This way. Looks like a good spot for a coffee.
And we had to wait before they even like really thought of paying attention to us.
Yeah, well, no, I mean they said we're just opening.
Oh yeah.
We said okay, no worries, we'll wait. But then the waiting turned into like 40,
a long time,
40 minutes or something, and I started thinking like, you know, I don't know when we're gonna get our coffee, and by the time we get it, it was starting to get to be like 4 o'clock or something at that point. We thought. Laying out some fishing nets here. We thought, like, we're not going to see anything else if we just sit here, because it's going to get dark soon. It's dark at like 6, so so we decided to move on from there. We apologized to them and just said sorry, it's taking too long.
We're just going to move on.
We have other things we want to see. So
we want to see the things in daylight. So
so we walked down the street and we came across this really cool coffee shop, like restaurant coffee shop that was like, you had to go down some stairs. So that first place didn't work out. We are moving on to another place here, and check this out. What a discovery. This is like real having coffee on the Nile, for sure.
Again, it took a long time for coffee to come to us, and even though we had ordered right at the counter, and so they knew we wanted coffee, they knew we were there. They watched us go down the stairs to the main area where everyone sat.
Mm-hmm.
And
we asked them, we said, it's okay if we go down there? Yep, no problem. So we went down and we sat and we waited and waited and waited for like another at least
another half hour for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so until we finally just felt like, I don't know if this is happening. We walked back up the stairs, there was nobody in sight, and we just like shrugged our shoulders.
We looked around, nothing.
Left again.
off we went.
So we ended up at a third place, which I didn't film, unfortunately. We were kind of fed up at this point, but just wanted to just have coffee somewhere. It was getting to be sunset, and we just thought, it'd be nice to have this experience on the river somewhere. So we went to this place, and their menu had all these cakes and pies, and we were so excited. And we ordered, like some sort of
lava cakes.
We
ordered lava cakes.
Yes, we're so excited. Nope, they didn't have them. Nope, they didn't have any desserts.
Nope.
And this is very common here. They have these massive menus, and you get so excited by all the choices, and then when you go to order, they don't have what you want, and then you ask them what they have, and they have like 5 things. So this happens a lot here, and it is frustrating because it kind of gets your hopes up, and then you can't have it. But anyways,
either way, this place gave us really nice coffee, so the coffee was really good, and it was a good size too. I guess Sudan does give good sized coffees, but this one gave like a lot bigger than the regular size, which was wonderful to us.
Yeah, they're really nice.
The coffee addicts that we are.
So then we decided we were going to walk back to our hotel, and it's starting to get dark, so it's kind of like, we try not to walk around too much in the dark, especially when we don't know the area and we don't know where we are. We walked a little ways to try to find a restaurant, and the restaurant was closed. That was on the map that we were trying to find.
Yep.
So we hopped in a cab and went back to our hotel area. Then the next day, we went out to the street to just have our coffee. So normally we try to make our own coffee. Here it's been more difficult because we can't get boiled water. Not in the hotels we've been staying in. So we go out to the streets and have rabanas, which is basically coffee with ginger mostly.
And a bit of cinnamon.
Sometimes cinnamon, but they're out on the street sides. It's just little ladies like sitting on in a little stall, and they just have like some sort of a stove, usually with wood. Yeah, usually it's
wood fire. Yeah.
And they boil up these coffees and make coffees, and they're so good, and they range in price from like 30 cents to 75 cents, something like that.
I mean, and it's just so good.
And it's so nice because you get to sit there with the locals, and sort of you're part of the local scene, and we really like it. We found the pigeon hangout here. We're just having a little coffee on the street. They're made fresh, and they're super delicious, and they cost like 60 cents or something like that. And this morning in particular, this man walked up carrying a cat.
Oh yes.
And if you've seen some of our videos or know anything about us, we really love cats, and cats find us wherever we travel somehow or another. But anyways, he's carrying this cat, and we have hardly seen any cats in Sudan, so we were super excited that somebody, like, first of all there was a cat, and second of all it was actually a pet. So I went over and was asking if I could pet it, and I pet it, and they were asking where we were from, and they didn't really speak much English, but we sort of laughed and carried on, and they went back and forth, and I took a bunch of pictures of the cat and all these things, and all this attention. And then when we went to leave, they told us Chris went to pay for the coffees, and she said no, and we're not sure who paid for our coffees. We think maybe the man with a cat. Yeah,
it could have been. Sure. There was another guy, one of the guys that works at the hotel that we were staying at, that was sitting there too. So it could have been him, but we don't know. So either way, it was sweet.
It was very sweet. Yeah, we really it was a neat experience. So and we had a lot of fun with them. Thursday, the Western Union transfer was getting sent from Canada, but Canada is almost 12 hours behind us. So
we had to wait.
And the person who was sending it couldn't send it until the afternoon. So we realized that we wouldn't be able to access it until Friday morning, our Friday morning. And then we realized that Friday is their holiday day. It's like the bank holiday. So in the Muslim tradition, they all go to the mosque on Friday. And it's the day that they pray. So banks and those sorts of things aren't open, and a lot of stores and restaurants and that kind of thing as well aren't open on Fridays. So we were like, oh crap. So we had to actually tell our hotel that we couldn't pay for Friday night because we were running out of money.
Yeah.
And
we needed to
eat. We
still needed
for
to eat.
this Western Union transfer, and we still needed to eat. And they were fine with it. We'd already stayed there for like 5 nights and paid every day, and they were fine. So that was no problem. So Saturday, there was 2 Western Unions in our area, and so we decided to go hunting for them. Hey guys.
Yay.
So we're on our second mission to Western Union here now. This kind gentleman is leading us to the Western Union that has money, because we just went to one that doesn't have any. So we're going to a different one now. And yeah, here's to hoping that works out, because we're down to like our last 6,000 pounds, which is like $12. So yeah, cutting it close here. Anyways, yeah, fingers crossed. So we went to the first Western Union, and they said they didn't have enough US dollars, so we had to take a taxi to the mall where there's another Western Union, and I think Chris is gonna get it now. But man, like the knot in my stomach is just brutal, because if we don't get this money, then we're really like in an interesting spot. So this is traveling here has definitely been challenging, and I'll be relieved when we get this money. It'll you know, we'll have a good couple weeks worth of money. So yeah. Okay, we just got it. So step 1 is done. We got $380 US, and now we have to go find an exchanger that will give us a good rate. We've exchanged anywhere from 300 to 330 to 368. It's been the best rate that we've gotten so far. And yeah, you can't exchange at the bank because it's you just don't get a good rate. It's pretty challenging here, and it's quite interesting. So we went around looking for the money changer. Everybody was offering us like 300 to 1. And the last time we had changed it with Jamal's friend, it was 368 to 1. Yes. So we knew that there was a better deal out there somewhere. But we hunted and talked to like everybody we could find. And finally, we just caved in to 310. Because nobody was willing to give us more than that. So we only changed $80 because we thought, okay, we're gonna message Jamal and find his friend, and we'll get a better deal. So we changed $80. And that was it. And then went home and messaged Jamal, hoping that we could connect with his friend that night, because we wanted to try to leave town the next day.
Yeah, that's right.
We wanted to leave the next day. Anyways, we went back to our hotel, and yeah, we never heard from them. And we came back here, and it's like 1 o'clock, and we went to change it, and the guy said no money changing today.
Yeah, gotta come back at 4.
Well, yeah, first of all, he said none. He said he doesn't have enough cash, he's not changing money today. And this is like the central change guy in the mall, which is a different guy than we changed with before. Anyway, so then we stood there and said, like, we've come a long ways, and we really need to change this money, and we want to leave town tomorrow and all these things. And he's like, okay, come back at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, I'll have money. So now it's 1:30. We're gonna go for lunch and kill some time, and see if we can finally change our money at 4. Yeah. Wish us luck. And this happened to be Valentine's Day, so we found a nice coffee shop and had a Valentine's date. Hey guys, here's a currency update.
We got it.
Yeah, we got it. So we went back at like 20 to 4, and we finally had huge stacks of bills behind the counter. Somebody had dropped off a bunch of money, and he gave us 355 to 1, and our taxi driver told us it was 380 to 1. But either way, yesterday we got 310 to 1. So, you know, it's just such a crazy thing. We have no idea what to make of it. You just got to do what you got to do. And anyways, stay tuned. We're hoping to head out of Khartoum tomorrow. So stay tuned for those updates. Yes. Cheers. and on our way home we stumbled upon Khartoum's oldest ice cream shop, and we're able to try that out, which was pretty cool. Okay, strawberry cup. There we go. So yummy. All right, done. Oldest ice cream shop in where are we? Khartoum.
Khartoum, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
I mean, it's been that, you know, everything takes time here. Like literally everything takes time. Like nothing is like a really super slick and easy system. It's everything takes time, and you just need to have just like extreme amounts of patience.
Yes.
Which both of us are still learning.
I think I have a bit more than you, but not much. That's for sure. Depends on depending on the situation. Yes, that's right.
Anyway, yeah, we're finding our groove a little bit here now in Sudan. So yeah, we'll be here for a little while. Again, our visa is for 60 days. We're pretty much almost at the end of week 3 now. So
yes, I think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, we'll update you again next week and let you know where we ended up going and what we did.
Yeah.
And yeah, as usual, please subscribe to our channel, like our videos, share them with your friends. Also, you know, a lot of this content making takes a lot of time. Yeah. And financially, we would love, you know, support if you're able to give it. We do have a Patreon page. In the notes below, we do have a Keep Us on the Road page on our website. So if you're able to contribute to that, we would really appreciate it, and it will help us keep going and keep making videos and writing our website posts and all those other things. So okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.